And on we go, day 138 of a screenwriter's journey. Appears that I am right about at the break into two. I should be because I'm on page 25, assuming a 100-page script, which this will probably be a little longer than that. All right, let's see here. So they're at the go-kart place. Jake and Holly are having a little tete-a-tete. I don't think that's how you call it. A confrontation. And then Holly brings up the part about being pregnant, which obviously she is looking ahead to the fact that they're going to spend the weekend at the cabins and hijinks may ensue. And Lexi is not too pleased about that. But Jake steps right in and is going to deliver what is probably, it's definitely a mature line. I don't know if it's overly mature or something a 21-year-old would really say. But I thought it would be kind of an interesting take if something like that happened. We'll see if this dialogue stands the test of time. I'm really thinking hard here. There we go. But what Holly is really wanting to know, and this is a holdover from the previous version, is she wants to get a sense of if Jake is really committed as a 18-year-old can be to a 21-year-old can be to an 18-year-old. And in this version, they've been dating for 3 years, I believe. So, I mean, I don't know how many kids that age that date for that long end up getting married, but, or how serious they are, when she was 15 and they started dating. There's no really big indication of that. But the point is, Holly, in her sort of matronly non-mother role, wants to get a sense of, is he going to be able to or commit to take care of Lexi, intimating or insinuating that maybe she's going somewhere. And then Lexi leaps to the conclusion that she's been reassigned. I don't know why I jumped back to this part here. I changed something there. Maybe something I wrote in Lexi's line prompted me to go back here. And I think I've mentioned this, although I kind of felt like I skipped over this, that Rachel is really manipulating Holly and setting her up for what's going to happen. She's, at one time she's saying, you need to promise that nothing's going to happen to my daughter, aka making her feel guilty if and when it does. And then at the same time buttering Holly up by saying, I can't thank you enough for this. Can I get something for you? Can I pay you? Can I, whatever. This line of Holly's is, don't fall in love with that, because I certainly haven't. But I'm just sort of in the early stages of trying to get this idea across. But I don't know why I jumped back to here. Sometimes, I guess all the time, it's easier to rewrite scenes and go back and work on things you're sort of have at least some comfort level with than just striking out a new, I guess, like a Lewis and Clark heading west. I'm sure it would be easier to backtrack and look at the trail than blaze the new one. Very metaphoric, I know. Thank you. So you see, buttering her up. I can't thank you enough for this. Can I get you a little gift? Blah, blah, blah. But again, I'm not sure why I jumped back here. See, this is too long. This needs to be shortened. And the question arises within myself and in my growing viewer watchership base. Do you know when you first write? And I'm not talking to myself. I'm asking this of everyone watching, all 3 million of you. Do you know when you first write a scene that it is too long and you know you're going to have to come back and kill your babies, or as they say, or throw them out with the bathwater? Is it too much to ask of yourself to put the pressure on yourself to get it right the first time? I want to just get this exactly right. I don't want to have to go back and redo this. I know these characters so well. I think you could work toward that. You could think that, but I can't imagine. I've never achieved it. I'm sure that I've never written a scene that is so perfect the first time that I just never come back to it. I can virtually guarantee that. Oh dear, I just realized I had changed my mic settings for a podcast I did with someone else, and I just changed it back. So hopefully my supremely beautiful vocals will improve. Oh, I recorded a whole podcast Thursday. I think the last 3 Thursdays with the wrong setting. Fiddlesticks. We'll see if it changes. All right. So getting a little off the beaten track here. Wow, the volume really changes too. That explains why I had to adjust it. So, gosh, this is crazy. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, that scene with Holly and Rachel is definitely too long. And now, again, Holly's telling a little gilding the little lily here. So I changed this, and I like this better. I don't know if it's better enough to get away from the whole thing about the mom and the idea, since Holly said I'm chaperoning this retreat for my church, which is mostly a lie. It has some element of the truth in that she is chaperoning someone on the weekend. And so the supervisor, not wanting to call her out necessarily, takes the back door of asking her which church she's a member of. Holly, so they're playing this game where Holly knows what she's asking, but she doesn't want to necessarily call her out. So she answers by giving this vague answer that most likely the supervisor isn't directly going to, will sort of challenge the supervisor. And so she says, does it have a name? Holly doesn't answer directly. She answers as she does. And the supervisor sort of gives up. And I really liked that scene as I wrote it. I don't know that it fits in, but I like the dancing around element. So when you can get into that little rhythm of writing, it's just super enjoyable for me, and I'm sure it is for you, as is listening to this journey I'm going on, right? 138 days in, and yes, there are many more to come. Hope to see you again. Actually, I won't see you, but you know what I mean. Bye-bye.